When you talk about that early 2000s crunk era, you can't tell the story without saying Trillville. And right at the heart of that sound was Don P, producer, rapper, visionary. He wasn't just behind the boards, he was in the mix, creating the sound that had the clubs packed, the walls shaking, and the whole South on fire. From Never Ever to Some Cut, Don P helped shape a movement. Heartbeats, real lyrics, street energy, all wrapped in that raw Atlanta sound. This ain't just about nostalgia. This is about a man who helped define an era. Don P, a true architect of crunk, and a name that still holds weight in these Atlanta streets. Now that's Atlanta culture.
Back at you again with another episode of Atlanta Cultures Podcast with your host, Moss B. I got another one of my East Side partners with me today, man. The legendary Don Peasy.
What's happening?
What up, brother, man? What you know good?
Everything good.
Hey,
Man.
man. Hey, you know, we just trying to make sure niggas see I changed out here. Niggas see I changed. Yeah,
Put it to the side.
so check it out, man. Since this is the Atlanta Culture page, we got to start off with a couple questions.
Yes, sir.
What high school did you go to?
So I went to Stevenson High School out there in Lithonia. I stayed in the Lithonia district, but you know my parents wanted better for me. You know what I'm saying? So we had to use an address of an address of an address to get me to Stevenson High School.
Okay, I guess we're gonna say that he's official Atlanta since that's metropolitan Atlanta.
Oh yeah, well I'm official. Well I'm from Decatur, so I grew up in Glen Valley Drive. I went to Tony Elementary. I went to Snapfinger Elementary. I played all my because even though I used to still play all my sports at Mark Trail and you know stuff like that. And then I moved to College Park. You know what I'm saying? Old National. I played ball at Birdette Gym. I went to Love T. Nolan.
Shouts out the Outlaw.
U of M, man. And I went to Love T. Nolan Elementary. Then I went to McNair Middle School on the south side. So, you know, I'm everywhere. You know, I'm from everywhere. Man.
So what hospital was you born in?
I want a greater baby, I tell you that.
Yeah. Don't sound like he don't want nigga know. That's all right, though, man. He's still Atlanta, man. He's still Atlanta. So check this out, man. Let me know when you first got bit by the music bug, and was it producing or was it rapping? Which one was it first?
I think it was producing because my mama used to work at this solar printing company and they had like rubber bands laying around. Mm-hmm. So I used to steal the rubber bands from where she worked at and I bring them home and I put them around the dresser drawer knobs. Okay. And then I just start playing.
You made a personal guitar from the rubber band?
From the drawer. So my dresser drawer and I would just stretch them. And then I made different variations of it. And I sit there and just do for hours. And I remember my beats. I could literally replay my beats back from the dresser drawer anytime I wanted.
And how old were you then?
I had to be probably about 5, 6.
That's crazy. As long as I know them, I ain't never heard that stuff.
Yep. That's how I literally started making beats on the actual dresser drawer, just remembering the beats from the different.
So the beats always been in your head.
Yeah, always.
So when did you converted over and started rapping with the beats?
When I got like a little mic, I found a little mic somewhere where I could plug in this little into this little stereo I had. Mm-hmm. So of course, you know, I had the tapes. Mm-hmm. So I used to press the two buttons on, and then boom, it was on from there.
It was on.
Yeah, it was on from there, man. You know, MC Hummer and all them, you know, rap. So I just started rapping over just different beats.
Who were your musical influences?
I could say my biggest had to be that influenced the music that you hear today had to be like Camp, 8-Ball MJG, Lil Jon, 3-6 Mafia. 3-6 probably the biggest, but Camp and 3-6 probably the biggest, and then Lil Jon and 8-Ball MJG.
So how did the group Trillville even come together? How did y'all start?
It was my label. So Trillville really was Trillville Entertainment. Okay. So it was my label. I thought I was like, you know, Master P. You know, I wanted to be like that. You know what I'm saying? Just put out a bunch of albums on a bunch of people. And so Trillville really was Trillville Records, Trillville Entertainment. I signed all my partners in high school. Okay. You know what I'm saying? I printed out contracts at my mama house. Like, hey, y'all sign this, so I'm signing niggas in PE. You know what I'm saying?
I like it.
We at the lunch table, I'm signing niggas in math class. Hey, sign it.
You ain't never hit a nigga with that big red. My office hours are between.
Oh no, my office hours 24 hours a day, baby.
Okay.
I was on it. You feel me?
So y'all started the label first, then you brought them in.
Yeah.
So how did y'all begin to even start making music together as a group?
I was making beats. So by this time, my cousin from Bankhead, RP my boy Debo, but he let me use his beat machine. So I started making like drum patterns on his beat machine, and then I just started making beats, just a whole bunch of beats. He was like, make me some beats. So I just made a million drum patterns. And then by the time I gave his beat machine back, I had so many drum patterns, all I had to do was just put music behind it. So I just started putting music behind it, and all the people in the neighborhood just started coming to the house. Like, it was in my mama's basement, so everybody just started coming to the house. Then people started driving from other neighborhoods, coming to the house to record, coming to the house to get beats. So I was like, damn.
So your house was like studios.
It was the studio. Yeah,
okay.
It was really the studio. So everybody just come to the basement. Like, if you ain't been to the basement, like, you don't know me. You know what I'm saying? Like, folks be like, hey, I remember. You ever been to the basement? My mom's basement? Nah, you wasn't there. You wasn't there.
You ain't official. So, what was the first song that y'all knew that was a hit?
Honestly, when we used to go to the club, because I had this label and it wasn't a group, we used to do so many songs. Like, we would go and do 6-7 songs.
Trying to figure it out.
Yeah, and I, me personally, I ain't really care about one song for real.
Yeah, I was just having fun.
I was just getting the name out there. Mm-hmm. So you take somebody like Scrap, for instance. Mm-hmm. His song, he only did one song. So his song was huge. Headbuster was used by itself. Our name was bigger than any song. Mm-hmm. So you knew who Trillville was, but you couldn't put a song together. You know what I'm saying? But like, that's Trillville, but no song. That's Scrappy Headbuster. You know what I'm saying? So it took me going to the BME office, talking to Vince, and I played the song for
we got to rewind.
Yeah.
We got to get back to how y'all even signed the deal.
Yeah. So I one of my partners gave me Vince's number, and I called him one day. I was like, hey, cool. I was like, man, folk keep telling me, man, what we doing, is dope. Like, people like our music. I said, I don't know how it sounds. I said, it might be good, might not. I have no idea. But people say they like it. You know what I'm saying? So it was something about the way because he was like, people usually come to him, I got the hardest shit.
Yeah, to be some of that bullshit.
Yeah, and I said, I don't even know, bro. He was like, well, shit, come to the office, let me check it out.
Okay.
So then I came to the office, played the records. Then this song we had called Never Ever came on. Never Ever Get On My Level. He was like, that's your song right there. I said, that one? Because we were doing so many songs. Yeah. He was like, that's your song right there. I was like, all right, cool. Ever since then, we just started doing that song. So that's how we zoomed in on one song.
Now we got to rewind back a little farther.
Yeah.
How did y'all even come about to making that song, and how did y'all come up with it, and what was the session like when y'all did?
So I had made the beat already, and then I was just down there, and I was actually down there by myself at this time, and I was just down there, and with the other groups, there was so many other groups back there, so we stay fighting. In order for we'll fight before the show, fight after the show. You know what I'm saying? It was just, but it was like, it was part of
the music.
That was part of the music. Yeah, like, nigga, you got to fight for this shit. You know what I'm saying? If you ain't fight, like, it was really like a fight club.
Nigga, did the song. Oh, yeah, the song don't mean nothing, nigga. You ain't fight with the song.
If you ain't fight with a song, nigga. Honestly, if we did a show and it wasn't a fight, we felt it was a bad night. It was a bad night. Ain't nobody getting fight, but to get to it, like, I was just in there and I was just thinking about all the groups, all the shit I was just like, man, these niggas can't get on my level. You know what I'm saying? So then I was just,
and that was a chant.
Get on my level. And I was saying like a deep voice. Yeah. Like, I was trying to be like 3-6. Yeah. So I'm like, never, ever get on my level. Yeah. Like, you know what I'm saying? So it was like real sinister, real mean. You know what I'm saying? And then everybody came over. It was like 5 niggas on the beat at first. I mean, five niggas rapping.
Everybody was
on that beat. You know what I'm saying? So, but that's how the actual hook came about.
How you figured out who to cut down off that motherfucker?
Shit, Vince was like, man,
Vinny V, you gonna cut some niggas.
Like, Vinny V said, well, 5 people, you gotta split it 5 ways.
You already know.
And I'm already on my business shit. So I actually narrowed it down to 2. It was just gonna be me in LA. We were gonna do a Young Bloods type of thing because I looked up the Young Bloods too. And I'm like, oh, I could be Sean Paul. He could be J-Bo. You know what I'm saying? Sounds great. Sounds good to me. Perfect. You know what I'm saying? 2 motherfuckers. And but Dirty Mouth had snapped so hard on that first verse.
You had to keep.
And me and him were like, you might have to keep Dirty Mouth too. So now I'm thinking Jim Crow. I'm like, I like Jim Crow too.
Jim Crow, that's a cool group too.
That's a cool one. That's a cool one too. You know what I'm saying? They had the records out at the time. That shit was hard.
Yeah.
So I was cool. Jim Crow, Your Bloods, I'm cool with either one. So that's how we ended up with 3 people in the group.
Dope.
Yeah.
Dope. So let's get to another single that you had, The Cut Song.
Yeah.
I always hear stories about how that was made.
Yeah. And the crazy thing about that record is
R.I.P. to Cuddy too.
Oh man, off the rip, man. R.I.P. to Cuddy, man, off the rip. But John had actually he gave us like 100 beats. You know what I'm saying? You know, I was making beats too, but I was just so into the rapping. I was like, shit, let's listen to these 100 beats. So we on the road, and you gotta remember we crunk at the time. So we ain't think about nothing slow. Anything slow, we like, hell no, nigga. We want some turned up, nigga, beat a nigga ass, throw some bowls, all that type of shit. So, but we heard the beat in the car. And now keep in mind, there's no bed squeak, no nothing. It's just the beat.
Yeah.
So goddamn, so Dirty Mouth like, boy, this shit hard. Yeah. So we play it over and over again. So I'm in there making up a little Spanish hook. You know, I'm like, Florica.
Yeah.
Well, you
know, I'm just Rico Suave.
Yeah, I'm just fucking around. You know, I'm just fucking around. So goddamn, I forget about it completely. So Dirty Mouth and this chick named Star, RP Star, they was in there vibing, and they end up just coming up with the hook. What it is? Oh, what's up? Now you know how I was back in the day. So in the beginning, while they were doing the song, nigga, I'm in the car.
Yeah.
Like, you know, just chilling. You know what I'm saying?
Doing a little more chilling, but we got you.
Yeah. It's slow, you know. I'm like, I'm falling asleep. I'm up thinking about some crunk shit. So they end up they laying down the hook and all that stuff. And this before cut, it's just the hook.
Yeah.
So, all right, boom. I walk in, we listen, we like, oh, this shit hard. So next thing you know, John just like in the chair rocking, but we don't know what it is.
Yeah.
But we just listen. He like, and I'm just like, hey man, what is that noise? Like it's like bothering the shit out of my producer ears. It's just like, what the fuck is that? So everybody like, what you talking about? Then that thing, you know, we like, oh, there it is again. We just like, hey, cuz, it's the chair. And then we were like, hold up, bro. Yeah. So then we were like doing it again. So then John started doing it. So they were like, you know, back in the day, you had to mic it up.
Yeah.
I was like, everybody like, oh, you got to put that in the beat and go with the beat and go with the beat. They came, mic the chill. And then John literally did this shit again with the beat. Yeah, well, with the chill to the beat.
That's the part everybody think that's a goddamn bed.
That's the part, because we wouldn't have told everybody it was a bed. We were like, yeah, the bed squeak. It's the cut song. So it's the bed squeak. Yeah.
I think that's a chair rocking back.
Nah, fact. So it still ain't done yet. That thing, you know, next time we hit the record, Cuddy on that beat.
Yeah, he took that shit to a whole
Took it
level.
to a whole nother level. So the song had so many stages, like regular beat, then hook change, then bed squeak, then Cuddy. It was just the level of the song just kept going up and up and up. You know what I'm saying? And it's crazy because we really didn't perform the song because, you know, our shows are crunk. We didn't perform the song for a while. We really kind of forgot about it, you know what I'm saying? Because we was working on a whole nother album and everything. So we was moving on. So one day we in the club, DJ dropped the record.
Somebody else got
nuts.
Yeah, that's how it happened.
All the girls going nuts. I turned to the DJ. I said, whose song this is? What this?
Yeah.
He looked at me like I was crazy.
I said, nigga, that's your shit.
Right. He like, it's your song. I said, oh shit. Like, I forgot all about the song. So, nigga, I called Water the next day. I'm like, hey, man, y'all got to make this a single, bro.
Second single.
Y'all got to make this a single. He like, you sure? I'm like, yes. Y'all got to make this a single. So they end up making it a single, and the rest is history.
Look, that is crazy as hell.
We were really about to move on to a whole nother... We was in Trillville Reloaded.
And not even knowing that's your biggest shit.
Not even knowing that was the biggest record.
That's the way it always go, boss.
Nope.
So when y'all did that, was the money coming in good then for you?
Yeah, so the shows went damn near to like 15, 20,000 back then.
Gotcha.
And that was really good back
Gotcha.
then for you, because you gotta remember we started off at $500 a show.
Mm-hmm.
Then went to 15. Then you know what I'm saying, 5,000. We were happy at 5,000, but once the cut came out, that shit was like 15, 20,000.
You know, I gotta ask this for the people out there, man. What's your first big purchase that you bought when you got that money coming in? What was it?
Man, I bought a house.
You bought a house. Say you ain't go buy no car, no monkey ass shit like that.
Nah, I would have bought I had a car that I had already bought, you know, from the normal shit.
Gotcha.
But when I got the big huge
shit.
pub check, I been about a house.
Y'all hear that, kids? Go get your house.
I'm talking about 6 bedroom, 4 bath.
Get you something that appreciates,
and
not depreciates.
I still got it to this day.
That's what I'm talking about. So what was it like working with Lil Jon? And how did that really jump your career off? And what kind of influence did he have on you?
I think working with Lil Jon really taught me like professionalism. You know what I'm saying? Cause he wasn't doing no extraness. Like, you know, we in the studio, we got everything you could think of in there, you know what I'm saying? We got all type of guns, we got drugs over here.
Y'all knew doing everything wrong.
Everything wrong. Anything you could do wrong,
y'all
were
doing.
Yeah, we were definitely doing. We got 30 niggas that stink on you. You know what I'm saying?
Niggas that don't need to be there. They don't do shit on the song. They don't contribute shit.
Yeah.
They just there.
You know what I'm saying? I know John probably still hates us. He hated us then. He probably hates us.
The first thing about nigga don't know about John, that nigga really an introvert with all that loud ass shit.
Yeah, John hates.
So he don't want to be around a bunch of motherfuckers.
Not at all. So he taught me professionalism, like, cause when he was doing his thing, he was literally really locked in on the music and what he was doing. You know what I'm saying? So just working with him really was just perfectionist. Like, he's a perfectionist. And he really just he ain't doing nothing, no extra shit. You know, if you don't need to be there, you ain't there.
Yeah, 1,000
facts.
1,000.
You gonna have Craig Love on the guitar, L Rock on the keys. Goddamn, he on the beat machine. If you don't need to be there, it ain't there.
So I want to ask you this: what do you think the crunk culture brought to actual music and overall everything in Atlanta and just period in the music industry?
Yeah. I think it showed the fun side. You know, you got a right to party. You know what I'm saying? It gave everybody a right to party. It gave everybody a ticket to the party. You know what I'm saying? It was if you know, Crunk is real inclusive. You know, it ain't you can't come on, you can't. Crunk is like, come on, nigga, everybody, nigga. We ain't no judgment zone. You know what I'm saying? So it was more about, because you know, you gotta remember the people before us was really, really conscious, and which was cool too. But I felt like we needed the kind of balance, you know what I'm saying, just a little bit, you know. And I feel like Crunk was like the balance to the conscious rap.
So we're going to switch this up now. So most people do the Mount Rushmore. We do the Mount Kilimanjaro over here. Because it's black. Mount Kilimanjaro. Because that's African mountain.
Okay.
So it's going to be your top 4 on the mountain. Who is the top 4 crunk artists out of Atlanta?
Well, you gotta go, John. You gotta go Trillville for sure. Yeah, you pop the whole shit off. I like saying it.
I'm with you.
You gotta go Camp. And you gotta go I ain't gonna lie, Crunk is hell, bro. Them niggas albums so goddamn crunk, man.
They crunk. But do you go with Troy too? You got Troy out there?
Who I got? Trillville.
You got Trillville. You got Lil Jon.
You got Lil Jon.
Who else you got? You got one more.
Was crunk as fuck though, bro.
You say Camp too. They had Baby D and them was wild as a motherfucker too.
You gotta go I cannot
West
not
Side.
say
That's 3.
Yeah. And
so you gonna put Crime Mob in there too as a number 4?
It's hard to take Troy out of there.
That's what I say.
I gotta go Troy.
You gotta go Troy?
Yeah, I gotta go Troy.
So your Mount Kilimanjaro, your top 4 are Crunk in Atlanta.
Lil Jon.
Trillville.
Pastor Troy.
Okay.
And
And Camp.
For sure.
Hey, you heard it here.
Yes, sir.
You heard it here.
Yes, sir.
That's what I'm talking about.
Nah, for sure.
So tell me some of the most foolish shit y'all used to go get into when y'all was on the road, man.
Oh man, oh my god! Cause you gotta remember now, we rock stars and we young.
Yeah, y'all young.
So
y'all ain't even out of high school yet.
We out of high school. Crime Mob still out, kind of still out, but we fresh out of high. We like 19, 20,
Gotcha.
LA 18. But man, we used to just you talking about wow. We got a documentary coming out, by the way.
Okay.
Welcome to Crunkville. It's gonna show y'all a lot of shit, but man, we used to do so much stuff, man. Like, I mean, I don't even know if it's fit for FCC Airways. Hey, but you know what? I feel like we were really the first. Like, I don't want to say first because anytime you say first, they be like, "Well, no, such and such you do it."
Ain't nothing wrong. If that's where you feel, that's where you feel.
Yeah, but you know, just I feel like we really had like some mosh pits going. You know, especially coming off of what Baby D and them were doing with Camp and what Troy were doing. I feel like Trillville, Scrappy, and Crime basically just was like the kids of them. Yeah, we were the next generation of it, and I feel like we made it a little brighter.
I got what
you know what I mean, like a little more commercial.
Y'all made it, where the masses could accept it.
Yeah, because at the end of the day, the reason why I felt that way because I had went to Clark, Atlanta.
Okay.
I used to just think like as long as I'm good in Atlanta, I'm good. But once I went to Clark, I had roommates from Chicago,
niggas from everywhere.
and I'm like, everybody like this music.
Yeah.
So when I told Vince, I said, "Hey, dog," I said, "Man, why we can't be like Ludacris and sign the Def Jam? Or why our
real
type
shit
of music can't be on Warner Brothers or some shit like that?" You know what I'm saying? So and Vince, I mean, he just put it in motion. He be like,
Warner Brothers sound good.
Boom, Warner Brothers. I couldn't believe it.
Yeah.
I wanted Def Jam South. I was like, well, if I could just get the Def Jam South, you know what I'm saying? But we ended up getting with Warner Brothers. I was like, God damn. And you know, it just went crazy from there.
You know, we got to move to the which movement was the biggest? Was it the Crunk movement or the Snap movement?
No, it was definitely the Crunk movement because the Crunk movement was first. I mean, it was first. You know what I'm saying? So we was. I mean, if you think about it, you know, we brought the energy. You know what I mean? We really kicked the whole thing off. If you really think about it, you know, and you know, we got the Crunk versus Snap that we did at, you know, at the bounce that we do all the time. Parlay swear up and down that we came at the same time. We did not. Crunk was first. Trillville was first. Scrappy was first. Y'all niggas was second. but the truth be told, they had a lot of huge records because once we showed the big labels that it's okay to sign these type of groups, all of them came down here. You see what I'm saying? So all of them were down here all of a sudden now, signing these
trying to find some
these groups, all these groups. Yeah. So you talking about look what BME was doing at the same time. Trillville, Scrappy, Crime Mob, like boom. So now guess what? Who was they signed to? Universe? They signed to somebody, Universe, somebody, but then they came, boom, okay, franchise, D4L, you see what I'm saying? And then Shop Boys, you know what I'm saying? So we initially brought the big labels down. Indie was over. Like you had the middle labels, of course, but the middle labels were getting the huge
you had
deal.
The boutiques, then you had the goddamn the big ones gone.
And they just came down. I mean, Troy had, you know, of course they had niggas who signed, you know, Troy was with Universal for a minute. But I feel like when we signed...
Y'all were nationwide.
Yeah, that shit went like crazy.
Yeah, y'all was everywhere.
Yeah, that shit went crazy. But you know, we weren't the first to get the big deals, but when we did, it's like at that time, all those groups just like went stupid. Cause that party like the Rockstar was crazy. Laffy Taffy was like the #1 most played record of all time. I think they were like in the Guinness Book of World Records for a minute.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
I want to ask you this, since you're a producer too. We done asked this question before on the show, but I got to ask you, if you was to put together a song with your favorite artists, let's say you got to find you a dude to do the hook. You got to find a rapper to rap the first verse, the second verse, the third verse. But these are all going to be different people, but you're going to be the producer. And you're going to put together a song of your artist that you want and you like, and you want to make a mega hit, the Megatron of songs. Who would you do? Who would you have as your hook, your first verse, your second verse, your third verse? Put the song together.
Oh, you got me good on this one. All right. Well, and Lil Jon got to do the hook. He the loudest voice in the world. So Lil
So
Jon,
it's gonna be something Crunk.
Lil Jon gotta do the hook.
Okay.
It gotta be Crunk. It gotta be Turtle. It wouldn't be me if it wasn't Crunk,
Okay.
for sure. Lil Jon gotta do the hook for sure. They gotta be from Atlanta or anywhere.
We preferably be from Atlanta.
Atlanta, okay,
It's Atlanta
okay.
culture, baby.
Okay, good. That makes it way easier.
Yeah.
Shoot, that the case. Shoot, I gotta have Troy on there for sure.
So Troy gonna be on the first one.
Got to have Troy on there. You know,
You gotta break it down. So we going first, second, third.
Well, okay. So Troy the cleanup man.
He the cleanup man.
He the cleanup. So Troy's third.
Troy third.
Troy third. He the cleanup man.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying?
John on the hook.
John on the hook. Troy on the third verse. I gotta put. Man, this is tough. First verse, lead it off. Gotta be. Lead off.
Man, trying to make the crunkest song ever.
I am. I really am. I ain't even gonna cap. I ain't gonna cap. I really am. I ain't gonna lie. That would be me if I would. Let me see. All right, John on the hook. Troy last verse. He gotta clean it up. He gonna clean up, man. He gonna go crazy.
Yeah, that Troy.
He gonna stick the land.
Troy, we giving you your flowers, man.
Troy gonna stick the
Troy,
landing.
you gave us hell in the comments.
Troy gonna stick the landing. I gotta go Sean Paul number 2.
Ooh.
Second verse, Sean Paul, cause Sean Paul gonna cover that beat. Sean Paul gonna cover that beat with the slong. He gonna hit him with the gat.
He gonna have your little bop.
Yeah. He gonna get that. You feel me? And then shit, to pop that bitch off. Pop that motherfucker off. Damn. That's a good.
We put the Jeopardy music on.
Let me see. Yeah. Put it on. Pop it off. Let me see. Pop that bitch off. Got to be. If I'm gonna go, this is the ultimate Crunk song.
The ultimate.
So we got Lil Jon on the hook. Me on the beat, Lil Jon on the hook. We got Pastor Troy sticking the lane. Sean Paul number 2. Damn, who my lead off?
Who you lead off battle, man?
Waka Flocka Flame.
God.
Boy, Waka Flocka Flame. Boy.
I like that.
That's the crunkest song of all
So
time.
you heard it here first on the Atlanta Culture page. The crunkest song ever. We just built it.
Beat made by me. Lil Jon on the hook. Waka Flocka Flame first. Sean Paul second. Pastor Troy stick the landing, boy.
It might be some fights out there.
Oh, it gonna be hella fights on that.
Might be some fights out there, bro.
It gonna be hella fights.
I know that motherfucker definitely getting banned in the club.
Woo. That motherfucker tough.
That shit getting banned in the
That
club.
shit tough, yeah.
We ain't gonna be able to get that one on. We ain't gonna be able to get that one on.
Yes,
one more
sir.
thing I do want to ask, because I forgot this question too. What's your go-to goddamn spot when you go out to eat, man, in Atlanta? Let everybody know your go-to
Oh, man,
spot.
you gotta go Coalition, man. Coalition ATL, dog. Best seafood in the... Well, it's really kind of out the city, but it's in the city. You know what I mean? But that motherfucker good as hell. Coalition, boy. Coalition ATL.
And what's the go-to meal when you go there?
The platter.
That's your favorite shit?
Char grill platter, boy. I'm talking about everything. I'm talking about lobster, oyster. It's about $150 now. The platter about $150 by itself. But it worth.
Better be snapping.
Oh, it worth every dollar. The platter about this big.
So you can share the platter with it.
Oh yeah, definitely. Oh,
Okay.
you definitely share it.
Okay.
But the motherfucker about this big.
Hey man, so y'all done heard from Don P, man. Where to go?
Yes,
What's
sir.
the name of the spot?
Coalition ATL.
And what's the shit to go get?
Get
The
that platter, bro. Char grill. Don't get it
platter.
cold. Get it cooked. Don't get it cold.
So man, you know Atlanta Culture page, man. It's about giving you your flowers, man. Putting a face with the group. And so this is my partner Don P, man. We just wanted to give you your flowers, man. Let you know how important you are to Atlanta's culture and Atlanta's music, man. And I'm just glad you came to have to talk with me today, bro.
Oh no, for sure. You already know,
What
man.
it is.
You already
It's all
know.
love. Hey man, let the people know where they can reach you at. All your Instagram, what you got coming up new and next and everything.
Hey man, it's your boy Don P. You can catch me at Don P Trillville on everything. You know what I'm saying? Make sure you check out the podcast we got called Welcome to Trillville, the documentary coming. Welcome to Crunkville, and then Welcome to Crunkville, everything. So Welcome to Crunkville podcast, Welcome to Crunkville documentary, Welcome to Crunkville the movie coming out as well. But you can find all that on Don P Trillville at my Instagram page.
Bet. We out.